How's everybody doing? I am Scott Van Zandt, for those of you who don't know, and we're doing a live deal right now. Let me stop this thing. And I think I got my technical stuff worked out. Thank you guys for, a few of you came online earlier. I put on my wacky glass. You get older. I won't say I'm old. What I hear somebody say the other day, it's not that I feel old, I just don't feel young anymore. Kind of in that category now, but I'm having a good time. Let's see, here we go. Good. All right, so that's going to work tonight, I think. So now's a good time to tag your friends or share it, share the video as we get going. And if you have questions, put them in the comments. I think I got that worked out where I can read them, and we can get into a little bit of that as well. And so share it. Let's see, get your buddies going. I'm going to do a jam, and then, like I said, get your questions in there, and we will go from there. All right, so let's see. I got this kind of boogie woogie thing set up here, and it should work. Kind of a... I just changed these strings, so I actually broke the low E string, which is pretty rare. So they should be okay. Old school. That's enough of that. Okay. Phew. Okay. That's a fun one. I think it goes on for like 10 minutes or something, so we don't need to hear that much of me right now. All right, so we're just doing these hangs, you know. Started them a couple weeks ago, and they've been kind of cool. And let me see. Yeah, look, I got the thing working now. So what's up, Eric? Eric Twin Watler. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate the kind words. Yes, I am enjoying it. Cooking with gas, groovy, awesome sauce. Glad you guys like it. I was going to kind of talk about a little bit when I solo over something like that. I get this back up to where it was. I can talk over it. Let's see. You know, I focus on the chords. We're in C, so it's like I'll do like a. So there's a C right here, right? So minor third to major third, and if you go, and then let's see, right here's a cool one. So this is a going up to a B flat, and that is the dominant seventh of C. And then when you move that, and then in the third, so it's like it's a B flat note and an E note. And when you move it down a half step, then that's an E, by the way. That's or I'm sorry, in the C. So that's a C7. So. Right. Okay, so then if you move that down a half step, you are hitting the F. So you're playing the third of F, which is an A note, and then you're playing the E flat, which is the dominant seventh. So you move it down a half step, it becomes an F7th chord. So it's like pretty grungy. F7, back to C. Alright, so then when you move up you're back in the C, when you move up a half step from there, you're playing a B note and a F note, and that is a, wait, are you playing that's a G7th. So the B is the geez, what's wrong with my brain? It's the third of G, and the F is the seventh. So using these three, like here's your C. It's like this two note. There's a C, and then the F7th is down a half step, back to C, and then the G is up a half step. And then back to the F, and then to that. It's pretty grindy, just to show you all the way through. Down a half step. Focus on your strums. Down a half step to F7, back to C7, up a half step to G7, and F7. And when when you're playing lead, you can't just be like blowing all the time with just fast stuff. I mean, you can, but it gets kind of boring. I try to switch it up with different techniques. Go to strumming for a while. And then maybe I hide the pick. I got my pick. I talk about that in my stuff. Where you hide it and then go to kind of like Billy Gibbons thing. So if I was be like, like Billy Gibbons. And get rid of the pick, play lead without pick. Mix it up with that other thing. And then, you know, so maybe some strumming, so all rhythm lead. Thing we just talked about. That's kind of some Johnny Winter type stuff that I stole from him. That's what you do. You steal it, and then make it your own, right? Okay, cool. Let's see what we got going on here. Who's around? I saw this one. Yes, I am having a good groovy. Who's got some anybody got any questions? What are we going to talk about tonight? I don't know. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I left before. I left Nashville. Well, right around then. Well, hit me up on Messenger, Jay. We'll go from there. Sorry, Ernest, you had to go. All right. Anybody got any questions? No? Guess not. You know, I don't know if you guys have checked out my webinar on my site, Scott Van Zyl Guitar School. Go there, get the free training. There's a lot of, I give away some stuff and you know, there's some cool tricks in there. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Nothing costs there. And then you got access to check out my stuff, all my stuff. A lot of people ask me. It's one of the reasons I'm doing that is to make aware of my school. You know, I got a guitar school online and people go, this guy should give lessons. And it's like, I do give lessons. I give Skype lessons. You know, I don't have a ton of openings, but I got some openings and can work you in. So just hit me up on Messenger and we can work you into that. And you know, also I have a ton of programs which help with the lessons. It makes it more economical because you know, you can look at the video. So I just go look at this video and then come back to me and then I can hone you in. Because I can't like go, hey, your thumb's in the wrong place, or you know, if you squeeze that a little more, you're going to get this tone. And you know, it gets, I guess after playing this long, you get, you know, I got the details. And by practicing, I've kind of learned how to explain the details of how to get the tones and stuff like that. The truth is, like, to play with good feel, it takes a lot of technique. You know, guys like Stevie Ray, man, I mean, that dude was that stuff's technical. I mean, I pulled a lot of licks out of a lot of players, and it seems like the guys with the best soulful feel, Neil Schon, Stevie Ray, Eddie Van Halen, of course, Jeff Beck, are the hardest ones to learn their stuff. Not to downgrade like shredding, because shredding is tough to do. It's just more, it doesn't have as many peaks and valleys in it, in my opinion. Different techniques. It's kind of like, this is what I'm doing, and there's some, I love that stuff too, but it's not my favorite type of playing, and I'm not as good at teaching that. There's other guys that can show you that kind of stuff, you know, that are better at it than me, so better suited at it than I am at that stuff. Let's take a look at the board here. Got it figured out, but nobody's asking me nothing tonight, so I'm just kind of yammering on. Okay. Where's old Red right behind me? Bleener. What the hell are you doing? Where are you at anyway? ScottVanZantGuitarSchool.com is the address. Mike's one of my buddies. We've written and done a lot of music together, actually. He's lefty. You just noticed that? No, I'm just kidding. Let me show you some. I showed somebody this stretch at a live lesson the other day. It was a young girl, and her hands are still growing. But I want to show you this stretch. And what it is that, the neck gets wider as you go up. So you take your between your first and your second finger, close to the thumb is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it down here at the bottom of the neck, and then squeeze. Like push it as far as you can in, and then squeeze. And then go to the next one, between 2 and 3. Squeeze that one in, and then in 3 and 4, squeeze that. Then move it up to like the 5th fret. Do the same thing. Push it in, squeeze it. Next one, push it in, squeeze. And it gives you a nice stretch, man. And what I do after I do the fingering hand, God, Mike, sorry that's doing that tonight. I must be windy, full of wind. All right, so I get to about the 12th fret. You can go all the way up, but it really gets pretty wide. I mean, there's quite a difference in and it'll give you a nice stretch. And then, I just put it up on my knee like this and do it like this. And it helps, especially if you're having trouble getting up to the 5th fret. If you're getting like, stretching a long way. I was doing this thing. I'll show you another one in a second. But when I was young, I was trying to get wide, and I wasn't very old when Van Halen came out, so I was still growing. But it's like, here's another one. I just push them out like that. Just stretch them out. But the the wide stuff, so that's 7 to 12. I think he was already doing that stuff before he got hanging out with Alan Holdsworth, and he really got into some wide stuff there. But I love that he would take a technique just on the Eddie subject and just work it down. Like if he had something like and just run it down all the strings. So it'd be like wouldn't worry about the key. He just just did his thing, and he had so much feel and approach. It was just, turned out really crazy how good he was. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I was messing around with the delay earlier. Now this is called let's see, what do they call this thing? Dotted eighth note, but on a 105. So here's the click. Right here, let's see. Where is the click? So it's 105 beats per minute, and the delay is set at 426. So, but if I do eighth notes, so it's a division of that, but it's an offshoot. definitely easier without the click in there. I think there's a latency thing in the using Logic in the computer that gets in the way because it feels so much better without it. You got to really be able to chop. You got to really choke the notes with it. The other thing you can do is you can do harmonics like a. I'm just tapping a 12 frets up from the chords. I'm playing an A, E, G, and D. I'm playing the exact same notes, 12 frets up. So making sure the tapping is in the eighth notes and then doing the other thing actually gets pretty cool. See? There's some math in there, man, because I can feel when I'm locking right into it. Pretty trippy. All right. Anyway, I was messing around with that a little earlier. The other thing I was doing, I don't know if you guys do this, but man, I pulled the Baby Taylor out and just played on that for like an hour and a half today. I just set a drum beat and play along, whatever. It could be just like a, just a. And then from there I'll go into maybe some kind of lick. Man, playing that, my hands are kind of worn out tonight from playing that acoustic. I don't know how Tommy Emmanuel does it, man. Whew. That's crazy. He plays like that for so long. So, what else? What are we talking about tonight, man? I'm kind of all over the place here. I watch a lot of internet guys, and I'm no more unfocused than they are. What kind of pickups? Cool. Thank you, Chris, for asking a question. I use this configuration a lot. These are hot stack Duncans. I always use Seymour Duncans. I just love them. Matter of fact, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, some pickups and probably a private lesson and a bunch of my stuff with these that they sent me to give away pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. And so these are hot stacks in the neck and middle, and then this is JB in the back. And I like the single JB for blues and stuff, but as far as versatility, this is the setup. My live guitar, we tuned to E flat, so that's why I use this and when I'm doing live things. But I have the same setup, but the other thing I have is an Evertune bridge. But if I'm playing like we do the John Mellencamp songs, you know what I mean? It's like a nice clean sound. But if we're doing Van Halen, I go the back. I actually play that better sometimes. And then, you know, like it just gives me the versatility to have the double coil in the back like that. And I don't mess around with splitting pickups like, you know, the push-pull thing. I've had that kind of stuff in there. One thing I had that was kind of cool is called a Mega Switch. By the way, this was built by Lee Garver, GMW Guitar Works. He's built me a lot of guitars, and he's kind of retiring now, which is sad. Because you can't have too many guitars, and I'd love to get another 1 or 2 or 10 of his. But he put this Mega Switch on here, and it had so in the front position it was the first pickup here, and then when you went to the second position it was these two, but then when you went to the middle it split the back pickup, and it was like a telly. It was like, oh geez, sorry about that guys, it was like a telly. It was the front and the back pickup, but the back was split, and when you went back here it was, I think it still split the back, but it was the back two, like a Strat, and then when you went to the back it was fully on. So and it broke. I think it had too much thinking to do, so but definitely was cool. But what I put is a Fender 5-way front, middle and front, middle and back, boom, no switches, one knob. I don't mess around with and I'm sure I stole that from Eddie. And I put a treble bleed thing, so it's like it doesn't get bassy as I turn it down. And even from a like a dirty, like, you know, you go on it all. Woo! New strings. Now that Evertune, once you get it in tune, it does not go out of tune. I beat the crap out of that guitar, man. I take it home, pull it out, next day, didn't even tune it once. Wrong chord. So it cleans up nice, even from a pretty dirty thing. I use a Marshall 800 sound in there. So anyway, that's a little bit of rig rundown. And I'm down to the Kemper, man. That's what I use, because it just, to me, sounds the best, and it gives me exactly what I want. And let's see, what else we got? Let's see. Hey Pete, glad you could make it. Okay. All right. Well, let me kind of guess for what kind of mellow tonight, huh? And let's see. So I want to remind you, this is my disclosure stuff. To go to my Scott Van Zyl Guitar School and get the free webinar, and it's a free training session, and check that out. And there's some nice surprises in there. And I'm doing this on Thursdays. I'm just hanging out, and think if you got any questions for me. I don't know if I'm that interesting, but I've been doing this a long time, so I've gotten kind of good at it, and maybe have some stuff to share for you. I know I love to teach. I learned to break it down pretty good, so I'd love to help you with that too. And I think that's about it. I'm going to jam a little bit out, and I'll see you next time, guys and gals. Here we go. I'm going to mute this. All right, you guys. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming around, and we'll see you next Thursday. Get your questions ready, and check out my webinar, scottvanzinguitarschool.com. It just says free training. Get that, scottvanzinguitarschool.com. And if you're interested in lessons or you need to get a hold of me, just hit Messenger and Facebook, and I will get back to you. All right, guys. See you next time.